Hey everyone, it's me, Passion Bogat. As the preface of this video indicates, you know, the burden of proof, that's a very important terminology because that means that who's ever making a claim has to prove what they themselves are saying. Now, I'm going to be quite frank with you. In the occult, it's pretty difficult to actually ascertain the burden of proof because you're dealing with the unseen, something that is invisible. And those who are not akin to it, that are not trained to see it, it's very difficult to actually demonstrate it. That's why I came to the conclusion, friends, is that as you may more or less met someone who doesn't believe what you do, remember this: the burden of proof definitely doesn't fall upon you. It doesn't. That's not a bold claim on my part. It's just that it's not. See, being the fact that I've been doing this for quite some time, I came to the agreement with myself and Satan himself that the burden of proof actually falls on, well, the spirit guide, or in my case, my guardian would be Satan. You see, what I'm trying to say is a person themselves have to discover it. They have to be on their own personal journey. Either they be atheist, they be skeptic, they be a mother or a father. Obviously, whatever you've been through in your journey, you had to go through it in order to experience it and see it as truth. I mean, think of it this way: it's not easy for me to walk up to you and go, well, love Satan because I love Satan, or believe in Satan because I believe in Satan. Not only do we live in a Christian dominant society, that's not taken very easily. I mean, just think about it. I'm gonna say a sentence and see if you could change your belief sentence, your belief or your faith. Ready? Believe in Satan. Did it work? Are you automatically a believer of Satan? Well, of course not, because it doesn't work that way. See, it takes time. It takes not just time, but a journey that you have to really unravel for yourself to see if you can believe. So, in other words, as you take your time on the journey and you base it off of your personal belief system by means of evidence and what you have experienced, then you could go from there. And even more so, it's not your job to teach the occult in a sense where their faith is contingent on what you say. See, in other words, as I give these discourses and these videos, it's not my job to tell you what to believe in. See, all I do is present a model. I don't present it as truth, or at least it's truth to me, but it's up to you to decide. It's up to you to unravel it, use it as a guideline only, or a measuring rod, or some sort of tool that you could measure things out and see if it actually fits your paradigm and what you believe in. Because it's not my job to tell you what to believe in. That's why in my other videos, I don't force, Satan on anyone. I just simply share what I believe in and share with everyone that I am most passionate about. But it's not my job to tell you what to believe in. You see, people that are like that, it's usually because they already have something that they hold on dear to, like myself, and that's just being fair. Either it be a holy book, either it be what their mom and dad says. It could be anything. But traditionally, people hold on to stuff that they've raised in and the country where they live. But even though that's not always the case, it's usual. It's the usual case and scenario that people go ahead and do. Here in America, again, it's a Christian-based country, but yet I know as I was growing up, I was once a Christian. I believed in it somewhat, but then I end up following the facts and where the evidence led me. So instead of following the holy book, I simply followed what logic or what the evidence pointed toward. Now, I know that sounds very contradictory to someone like myself who's really in an alternate spiritual background, but that's just a part of my nature. I'm very pragmatic. I'm still skeptical because you could be, let's say, for example, let's just try to make sense of this. You could be an atheist and still believe in the supernatural, right? You could be someone who believes in God and yet believes in the fact of, well, Baphomet, and what that means is you are in the position where, though you believe in one thing, you know that the other exists. Either you put much thought into it or not. I mean, everyone pretty much does it. But at the same time, it's really up to the individual on how they go about and unraveling what they see as what is true or not. But of course, in my case and scenario, I always try to follow the evidence or the facts and where it leads me, even with the occult, because I'm not going to just make a video like this, the one that I'm doing right now, and then say things that are half true, or at least according to what I know in my immediate reality, my shared reality that I share with you, and how I perceive things as far as I know, it's true to me. And what that all means is that if there's any form of way that the model that I'm using is not so true, that I'm actually willing to change it, add other truths, add other belief systems if need be. Because there's really no such thing as an absolute truth. I believe whatever path that you want, it led you to where you're at. Either it be good or bad, I'm not the one who judges that. I just feel that when we talk about the burden of proof, it really does fall on that spiritual being that you're actually speaking about. Like, for example, the burden of proof is really on Satan. See, if you have a personal connection with Satan and you say that you spoke to him and you say that you did whatever, you see, you personally had to go through a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things, for you to even say the things you say. I mean, granted, I'm on YouTube, people. This is a platform that I'm broadcasting across the world, and I'm saying this is what I believe in. Obviously, I'm not saying to take my word for it, because again, that would defeat the whole purpose of me saying what is true. Because in order for you to say that it's true to you, you have to experience it. But I know it's true to me because I personally experience it. And I'm going to be even more pragmatic with you. I cannot demonstrate right now, right here, that Satan is actually true in the sense of him manifesting. Because you know what the truth of the matter is? It's not going to happen. He's not going to magically appear right behind me. So with that said and done, I know as I deliver this information, it's not so much about me trying to prove anything to you. It's you doing safe, practices of magic, and you have to find out for yourself, because the burden of proof falls on that particular spirit being. It goes to any part of the occult, or even those who are a part of the main religions of the world. See, instead of saying that I believe, or because this holy book says it, have you ever asked yourself the question, when I ever prayed, did I receive any answers? Or when God said to, I don't know, do whatever, what results did you get? See, I do not believe that it is my duty to tell you what you saw or what you believe in, regardless of my background or how knowledgeable that I think I am. It's really up to you. That's why I feel that all are welcome to my channel. I'm open to everyone else's criticism. I'm open to everyone else's thoughts. Because I remember even in the beginning, when it comes to my very first video on YouTube, I actually said how if there's ever a negative comment, I'll just delete it. But now that I think about it, no, that's structural criticism. Because that person is expressing their point of view. And you know what? That's okay. It just means that you didn't experience what I experienced. That's all that means. So, the burden of proof, I don't have to prove to you anything. It's up to you to see if you personally believe in it. And if you do, then you're just like most people that want and desire to subscribe to my channel, because they realize, like, no matter where you go, in this world, either it be a relationship, school, your job, an institution, or whatever have you, if anyone makes any claim, they themselves have to prove it. I mean, even in the day-to-day routine, just let some woman come up to me and says that she loves me. And let's reverse it. Let me go up to her and tell her that I love her. Don't you think that that is a tall claim? I mean, you really have to be, again, pragmatic. What is more believable? That I have billions of dollars in my bank account or I have $5 in my wallet? I mean, both are believable, but which one do you think that you have to have the burden of proof fall upon? Right? In other words, one is more extraordinary than the other. So that's why I know for a fact, and this is me reiterating it, as I broadcast myself on YouTube, broadcasting myself, I'm going to tell you the burden of proof, see, it doesn't fall on me because I cannot demonstrate, and I have never said that I could have Satan just appear to me or to you in front of this camera, so therefore he's real. That's not how things work. But if you want to see if it's real to you, you personally have to follow the steps. And most of my videos, or even in a safe way as you go to the internet, you can see how you could communicate with the Goetia. I hope the information was very helpful. I mean, if not, I'm pretty sure there's others that could explain it a lot more better than myself. I hope I didn't offend, but if I did, I hope that it was structural criticism to you so that you could develop and you could be the individual that could look at your own personal belief system, either be skeptic, you're atheist, or even if you're on the left-hand path like myself and you haven't really looked at things in a pragmatic way because perhaps you're not grounded enough and you just really need to check your belief system. But regardless, and whatever conclusions that you came up with, make sure that you try to walk away from this video learning something. Okay? So please, if you like, subscribe to my channel. If you like it, just hit the thumbs up, the like. And if you do that, it helps out a lot. I thank you guys so much, and I see you next time.